There are 3 main steps to becoming a successful contract pilot. Join Brad and I today in the Gulfstream G4 as we fly from Van Nuys to San Jose. We'll break it down for you. Let's go to work, baby. Brad rolling up to work in style. That's how you make an entrance right there. I like it.
Okay, you ready?
Starting engine checklist,
Starting engine,
please.
start page.
What's up?
HP fuel cogs.
They're shut.
Power levers.
Idle.
Gust lock.
It's off.
Beacon switch.
Beaconing.
APU external air.
Above 25.
Fuel boost.
18 side.
Electrical power.
Below 35.
Engine start master.
It is on.
Engine start switch. You are clear on the right.
Alright, here we go.
Taxi clear, it's going to be a moment. Another few
Start valve ignition.
around here. They're just moving some planes around.
Stand 479, Roger. Cancel.
HP's turning.
Taxi clearance. Advise when you have access.
Taxi cancel and advise when we have access.
LP's turning. Got a light off fuel flow, oil pressure's on the right. Alright, starting 1, clear on the left, fire in the hole. Start valve ignition, HP.
Ground system sky 2520 Papa off, runway 16 right Golf, request extra back to Prop Park.
LP.
2520 Papa, man, Scoundrels, Papa Park, V Alpha,
Go.
good day.
V Alpha, good day, 2520 Pop.
Oil pressure, fuel flow, TGT.
Stand 479, reback.
3300, signal rudder limits out.
Okay.
After start flow.
We're 16 right, confirm.
Stand 479, thank you.
Ground spoilers, you ready?
Yep.
5630 Foxtrot, clear
up.
runway at Golf, back to Prop Park, please.
Cherokee 5630 Fox,
Up, down.
when you say you cleared the
Still
runway at
down.
Golf, that doesn't help us because Golf's on both sides, both runways. Where are you?
Still down.
Runway 16 right at Golf.
Good.
Cherokee the Foxtrot, thank you. Taxi Papa,
Alright.
V Alpha.
Meet you on the test page.
Okay. Ready.
1, 2, 3. Good test.
Okay, on my side. 1, 2, 3. Coming up. 0.6.
Alright.
Alright, I'm reset.
Light controls. 2
half
up over
up.
here.
All the way up.
Coming back. Bungee check's good. Got a rudder limit message. Rudder limit message. Is your wing clean?
I'm clean.
Awesome. After start checklist, please.
Alright, start master.
It is off.
Electric master left and right.
On.
External power.
Not used.
Aux electrical.
Transmission. Aux is off.
Battery amps.
Charging.
Essential DC bus power.
Got auto left main.
Beamer power.
Armed.
Doors.
Closed lights are out.
Anti-ice heaters are all on. Cowls and wings are off. Pressurization control is out of flight, and I'll set it in a second.
Awesome.
Fuel boost pumps.
All 4 on.
Nose wheel steering.
Off for the test.
Ground spoilers.
Tested.
Stall barrier.
Tested.
Flight controls. Bungee rudder torque limit.
All checked.
Yaw diaper.
On.
Nose wheel steering.
On.
Pedal steering disconnect.
Don't have it.
And aux pump is armed. Bike test is complete.
Yes, sir. Go ahead and
Tax checks.
call for
Ready?
taxi, please.
Ground is out of Castle North, taxi with Tango.
Gulfstream, Van's gone. Runway 16 right. Taxi via Alpha Charlie.
16 right, Alpha and Charlie. Clear on the right.
Okay, here we go. Clear left.
Flaps are 20, I see.
Yes, sir.
Exterior lights are where you want them.
Yes, please.
Cowls and wings are off, brakes are working. Slip indicators, compasses, flight instruments.
Alright, we got 50 blue or brown, no flags. I see 3015, current altimeter, 342 on the heading. FMS, takeoff, and...
Passing Echo, monitor Togo 9.3, safe flight.
19.3 past Echo for
PSI 0, 4,000 as our initial altitude.
Sounds good. TRs have been done. TR lights are displayed. Fuel temperature is in the white. Crew briefing, EPR and V speeds.
Alright, Brad's going to be a left seat takeoff. Standard callouts. Anything below 80 will abort. Anything between 80 and V1 will abort for engine failure, fire, lost structural control, inadvertent TR deployment. Anything above that, we'll take it in the air, treat it as in-flight emergency. I fly, you fix, run the checklist, declare an emergency. Most likely come back here, beautiful VFR day, just make a right or left-hand traffic. We also have Burbank off our left if need be, but we'll use Van Nuys as our #1 option. Plenty of maintenance here. Any questions?
No questions, nothing to add. If we need a long runway, LAX is just over the hill too.
Yes, it is.
Trim settings, you've got 800, work for you?
Yep.
Alright. Bit miss overheat. Not displayed. Flaps and stab, 20 stab agrees. Engine instruments are...
all right,
looks good. 3300 on hydraulics. APU is shut down and secure. Flight guidance panel is set. Warn inhibit is on. We're passing Echo. I'm going to tower.
Gulfstream, runway 16 right, clear for takeoff.
16 right, clear for takeoff.
Alright, line up,
Okay.
staying up.
Stand up.
Once you're established on Bravo, out of Bravo 8.
Alright, speed's boxed, lineup checks, bleeds are transition, APU air is off, exterior lights are on, ground spoilers are armed, transponder TCAS, I'm checking your controls one more time. It's all good, CAS is clear. Start ignitions, you want them?
No thanks.
Okay, auto throttles are armed, lineup checks are complete, this will be 16 right.
I see 16 right.
Van Nuys Tower,
Let's go to San Jose.
4593 at 3,500 over the San Jose pass.
I got it.
Coming in for a full stop with Tango.
4593 X-ray, Van Nuys Air, inner right base, runway 16
Heading
right.
agrees.
Right base, 16 right, 93 X-ray.
Auto throttles are engaged.
Alright.
There's speeds alive, taking power set, 60 hold. Cross check, go tops.
That's 8379, leave Van Nuys Air, runway 16 right, clear for takeoff, make close traffic.
82. Positive right.
Gear up, please. Flaps set, man speed 200 felt.
Number 2, following traffic, mile-and-a-half right base, runway 16 left, clear for the option number 2.
16 left, clear for the option number 2, following the traffic, and entering midfield.
Right turn, clear the right. Is that a 2,800, climb 4,000.
Remember, you should be under your radar contact 3 south of Van Nuys, climb and maintain 6,000.
6,000.
Showing 1652, flighting 180.
Ready for climb checks?
180, showing
I'll take
1652.
Gears up, flaps are up. Guidance panels where you want. Missions are normal, ground spoilers are off.
3016.
Bit miss overheat's not displayed, pressurization.
31 Foxtrot, you cruise to Los Angeles,
Coming up.
cover speed to the coast, route, maintain VFR 5,000.
Climb power, auto throttle set. Engine sync up higher if you want it. Climb checks complete for now.
The coast route, 31 Foxtrot.
Showing 1652, descend and maintain 5,000. 5,000, showing 1652. November, turn right, heading at 340, climb maintain 6,500 for traffic.
6,500, just verify the heading is 340 for
Affirmative, 340, when able direct Walker, 6,500.
6,500, 340 Walker enable for.
I see 65.
Here comes Walker.
7.2 for 6,000.
Nav's available.
Southwest,
I'll
2330,
take it, please.
You got it.
Normal speed, please.
You got it. Auto speeds. Leveling 6,500.
November 17 Delta, Conic Whiteman Tower, 135.0.
1350, 17 Delta.
November, climb and maintain 13,000.
13,000. Level change.
Yes, please.
13 with level change on.
I see 13,000. Thank you. Take the autopilot, please.
Okay, autopilot's engaged.
Thank you.
November, Conic approach, 128.75, good day.
2875, take care.
Sir Wing 1652, flighting 100, join the final.
8,100, climb 13,000, direct Walker.
November, SoCal approach, level maintain, flight level 230, clear direct break.
230, and say the fix again for
Direct break.
direct brick, thanks.
All right, Brad, well, welcome back to the channel. Everybody missed you.
Hi, glad to be back.
Yeah, back in the good old G4.
The dinosaur,
The
old one.
dinosaurs, right.
Yep. We love it though, all the same. For being ancient, it actually looks pretty good for its age.
It sure does. It definitely has the a ramp presence unlike any other airplane. I mean, the 650 you can argue, but you know.
Yeah. I had a client that was in a Challenger 605 that I was doing a sales demo for, and we were out there just looking at the airplane, right? And we walk out of the plane, and he sees a G450 across the ramp. He's like, "What is that?" That is what you want, but you definitely don't want to pay for, sir.
Right. On this flight, in this episode, I want to talk about something a lot of people have been asking me about as a follow-up to a previous video I made about flying as a full-time contract pilot, which we both do. And I kind of want to break it down as much as I can and give some clarity on what it takes to be a successful contractor. What even is a contract pilot? Just a quick recap from the previous video. We are full-time contractors. We do not work for anybody. We make our own schedule. We get paid a day rate. We set our own day rate. We kind of pick and choose the different trips that we want to fly.
To an extent.
To an extent, in whatever aircraft we're qualified for. So, one to go. So, my bread and butter is the Gulfstream G4. Yours is the G4, but most of your business is in the citations, right?
Yeah, I don't actually fly the G4 that much. I fly enough to stay current and stay proficient in it, but I really fly the Sovereign about 3 times as much as I fly the G4.
So, let's break down how to become a successful contract pilot. So,
there are legal requirements and unsaid requirements, right? So the legal requirements are generally you have to be able to be PIC of an airplane, of a jet, outside the country, which for the most part involves an ATP. Most successful contract pilots have an ATP at this level.
Yep.
At the King Air level, at the citation level to a certain extent, the smaller citations, it's less important, but definitely helps. The more qualification you have, the better, or the greater qualification you have, the better. Then there's the unsaid requirements, right? You have to have an insurable amount of total time. You have to have an insurable amount of turbine time. You have to have an insurable amount of time and type, and that's the really tough one, is the time and type.
Yes, and there are a few cases where time and type is not sufficient time and type is not necessarily required. I will talk about that in a future video where I became a full-time contractor in the G4 with 0 time and type. That was a very unique situation.
Highly uncommon.
Very uncommon, but we'll talk about that story in a future episode. But yes, time and type is very important. So, speaking of that, how do you even get time and type? It's hard to jump into a contractor without it, so most people, what they do is they go work for a 135 for a year or two.
Start with a charter company.
Exactly, and just get that experience before jumping in as a contract pilot.
So I primarily fly the Sovereign. I flew the Sovereign for a company back in 2017, 2018 when I was full-time for them. It was a managed account. It's just 91 and 135. Fill the gaps in the owner trips with charter, basically. Super laid back, really nice. But I flew it for a little over a year, so I got about 500 hours in type, which is what enabled me to keep flying that later on, to the extent that I wasn't current on the Sovereign for almost 3 years. But the reason I went back to recurrent on it is because I got so many phone calls of people needing contract pilots for the 680 that I could do because I had the time and type that I did, but I wouldn't have had that if I didn't work for the charter company.
Exactly.
So that's a common way to do it. There are a lot of large operators that have fleet policies, fleet insurance policies, that will
Coming work, contact Los Angeles Center 135.3.
35.3. Level 310. We're at best forward speed assigned at the moment.
Number Los Angeles Center, reset transponder, squawk 2443.
2443 for Anyway, so
as you were saying.
yeah, a lot of the large operators, be it 91, 135, or a mix of both, will have a fleet insurance policy, which allows their flight crew requirements to be more flexible. Not necessarily lower, but flexible for sure. People with enough time, total time, or other qualifying experience can waive that time and type requirement just based on their other experience. So that's actually what I did when I started flying the Gulfstream, because I have not flown the Gulfstream for a charter company until recently. When I started flying the Gulfstream, I was able to waive a lot of those time and type requirements because I had so much other, comparable time, basically.
So, to recap all that and to break it down into simple steps, build your value as a pilot. Get that experience, get that time and type, get that international experience, whatever it may be, to build your worth as a pilot. The more experience you have, you can market yourself in different ways at a higher value, whatever that may be. So put in the work, go do your time, work for a 135 for a couple years. While you're doing that, step 2 is to just freaking network as much as you can. Every operator you fly for or that you run into at the airport, if you see anyone in the same airplane that you're flying, just go up and talk to them and build your network, make those connections, because those could come in handy 2 years after you've gotten your 135 experience. When you're ready to be a contractor, you have that group of people in your back pocket where you can reach out to and see if they happen to ever need a contractor.
Yep. Most of the work that I've gotten has come from a handshake and a hey, how are you?
Exactly. Yep. So just a simple interaction can turn into a lot of work and opportunity down the road. Step 3, once all that's done, go out there and find work. And there's a lot of ways to do that. Facebook, I've found a lot of work off Facebook.
Me too.
Just there's
shockingly.
Yeah, there's a lot of contract pilot Facebook groups where operators or owners post trips requesting pilots. All it takes is one trip, and you build a relationship with that operator and they keep calling you, right?
Yep.
So that's a great way. There's also staffing agencies. You got Crew Blast,
ACAS,
IFCC, a lot of groups where you can get on their list. You just send them your documents and they'll basically send you trips where they're looking for pilots.
It's important to note the trade-off with that too. If you're staffing a trip through a contracting agency or a staffing agency, the agency takes a little bit of the cut of the day rate. So you're trading consistent work for a very slightly lower day rate.
Yep. The third way is through other contractors, right? Let's say I was offered a G4 trip that I can't do. I'm going to call you, and vice versa. We all help each other out. It's not a greed grab, or however you want to put it.
There's so much work to go around.
Exactly. We're all here to help each other and just make a living and fly and have fun. It's good to build your network of other contract pilots as well.
Plus, having friends is cool.
Sure is. A couple
72 and level at 350.
Do's and don'ts I want to touch on. We can go on that more in depth on a future video. I think the big one is set your rate and stick to your rate.
Yep, and know what to charge.
Charge.
There's, the thing about being self-employed is that you have to come up with your own rates. With that said, there is a generally accepted ballpark that you should be in, particularly to avoid undercutting guys who do it full-time. It's really easy to be in a position where, you're just picking up a little bit of work on the side as a, full-time pilot who just...
Send via the Ivans 1, except maintain 11,000.
Send me the Ivans 1, except 11,000.
Set 11, please.
You got it.
Thank you.
It's really easy to unintentionally undercut. There's nothing malicious to it. You just, oh yeah, hey, I'm in a pinch. The trip is just, John Wayne to Phoenix, airline home. Can you help me out? VNAV track alert. Hey, can you help me out? Sure. And you want to help your buddy out. You don't think about it. Accidentally undercharge for it if you're not used to it. So, know what to charge and know what the ballpark is when you get. Know your worth.
Center 119.05.
1905. Yeah. So, that's what it all comes down to, is just know your worth. Level 310, descend via the Ivans, except 11,000.
Los Angeles Center, good afternoon. The Van Nuys altimeter 3003.
Howdy, thanks.
And one last thing to add to that, they are paying you for your time. You're not getting paid to fly. They're paying you for your time away from home or away from other gigs. So whether it's traveling to a trip, sitting in a hotel, or flying a plane, you charge the same day rate no matter what, because you could be going to another gig making the same amount of money.
Right.
Right? So
yeah, every day I'm on the hook for someone is the day I can't work for someone else.
Exactly. So don't let anybody talk you into a non-flying day or a travel day. Your day rate is your day rate. That's it.
Yep. And to be clear, these kinds of conflicts don't come up all that often. Like, for the most part, everybody knows how it works. And owners are super understanding and usually really appreciative of contract pilots. You know.
Anyways, that's all we got. Brad and I actually tried to film this a couple days ago. We had a bit of a camera malfunction. That one back there decided not to record.
It's probably my fault, sorry.
But we did this whole spiel on the way down here, so I might take some clips from that flight and put it in there and interchange it. So if you see Brad wearing a different shirt or something like that, that's why it's from 2 days ago. But the message is still the same. This is the secret sauce. Go out there, go hustle, go take that leap, and you know, quit that 135 job you've been hating for the past 2 years. You know.
Terms and conditions apply. You know, see restrictions for details.
But it's the best thing I ever did.
That's great. It's worked out really well for me too.
Seriously, yeah. Now having the freedom and the flexibility to go, you know, fly Gulfstream one day and then go fly the Piaggio the next day, and being able to, you know, not stress about having a full-time job call me when I'm out doing another trip. Like, just, you know, I know full-time guys that try and double dip like that, and then they just get themselves into trouble. So just having that peace of mind as a full-time contractor is really nice. All right, 3018 coming up, approaching range when you get a second.
Yep, will do. All right, 18.3, cross checks on 18.
Awesome.
Engine sync is off, flaps to go, VREF and go around power. You've got auto speeds, auto power. Hydraulic pressure is 3300. I'll pump the gear when we get there. Lights, I left the one light on for now.
Cool.
Aux pump is armed. I'll call the FBO here in a second. Approach and range checks complete pending flaps.
Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Contact NorCal approach 120.1. You have an outstanding week.
20.1. Do the same.
Southwest 3180 NorCal approach. Thanks, Oscar.
There's 11-1 descending via the Silicon with Charlie.
Never. NorCal approach, son of the altimeter, 3019er at Clyde. You're cleared to the ILS for a 30 left approach.
Thanks, at Clyde, cleared ILS, 30 left for
Gulfstream, contact San Jose Tower, 4.0.
To the tower, 24-0, go Niners. ILS, 30 left.
San Jose Tower, runway 30 left, clear to land.
30 left, clear to land. Clear to land. Ground's 0.7? 0.8.
0.7.
Okay.
Ground Jet 604, is that Juliet going that jet?
Jet 604, contact ground 0.7.
Let's go gear down, 4 lane checks, please.
Checks, gear selected.
This is me, motion.
2 greens, 2 whites, and a blue. 4 lane checks, gears down, 3 greens, cast is clear, nutcracker is tested, ground spoilers are armed, flaps to go.
Southwest 991, cross running 30 right at Juliet, contact ground.
400. 300.
2 greens, clear to configured runways, yours.
Thank you.
200.
Ref and 5.
100.
Plus 5 stable.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Ref. Oh, money. 2 unlocked. 2 deployed. 115. 100. I got the tops.
Thanks,
90.
jobs.
80. Nice, dude. 70.
Thank you.
Gulfstream, turn left to Juliet, contact ground.
Left Juliet to ground. Thanks.
Alright, flaps up, ground spoilers off after landing checks, please.
You got it. Alright. The post-impact checks. Ignitions are off. Transponder is where it should be. Flaps are up. Cowls and wings are off. I'm dropping all your pumps, your heaters.
Thank you.
Starting the APU. That all looks good for now. Lights are set. Ground spoilers are off. Bitmus overheat's not displayed. APU is coming online. After landing checks complete, sir.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, that's a wrap. Brad, thanks for your insight again.
Southwest
I hope you guys learned something from that in your future career as a contract pilot.
Push through Southwest 33.
And if you got an airplane, keep the phone ringing.
That's right. All right, guys. Play more in the pipeline. Like and subscribe, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.
Alright, Flex at 388, let's try this again. Clear to Tucson Airport, it is Spartan.
Alright, let's shut them down.
Okay, park and brake, keep a brake.
November Sierra 1
Good,
departure.
Transponder's fine, radar's off, electric master left and right.